I've just been in my studio talking to Nikki Campbell. It's all there. This is where I do the radio. This is the Zoom. And this is the microphone with the logo. And this is the set. Isn't it great? But I just thought that as the light is on, the microphone is on, I'll tell you a little bit of what I've been talking about, which is, of course, Pep Guardiola. Why is Pep Guardiola and his future being discussed now? It's got to do with the Times coming out with a line that the FA is talking to him or has talked to him. That, of course. But it's International Week, and Lee Carsley is an abandoned toy now. Nobody wants him to be in charge. The experiment has failed, seems to be the conclusion. So what next?
It's one of the top jobs in the world. Obviously I'm not part of the process, but it deserves a top coach.
And what tends to happen is that big names appear in the scene, like Pep Guardiola, when perhaps the debate should be, why does England show so much fear against Spain in the European Championship final? Is the head, but why? Why is there no holding midfielders, but also organisers in the midfield? Why they're all number 10s? That should be the debate. And I know it's been written about, but that should be really where the conversation should go. And then what kind of manager England needs? Not jump straight into Pep Guardiola. But okay, let's jump into Pep Guardiola. I already wrote in his biography, in his last season at Barcelona, I wrote that his idea was to be in a football club that could love him, let him do what he does, let him develop his ideas, where he didn't need to explain why the team lost or why the team won, because the people that chose him and his bosses, immediate bosses, understood what he was doing. And he got that at Manchester City. And there is a Pep Guardiola pre-winning the Champions League and post-winning the Champions League, a much more relaxed one now. As you know, it's public, he had an operation in his back. It was very painful. He looks forward to the breaks. I think the energy is not infinite. And I am convinced, even though he hasn't told this to anyone, not to even Manchester City, that this was his last season. But because of the situation of Manchester City and the accusations from the Premier League, he may just wait to see what happens. In any case, I think he's now relieved that he's won the Champions League. He's done everything now. He wants to dominate even more the domestic titles, because the target, what he was given as a briefing when he first arrived to Manchester City, was dominate the domestic titles, which he has done, and get us to be semi-finalists in the European in Champions League often, which he's doing now, and even won it. So target met. That was always the target, not just the Champions League. So now he could continue doing it, or I think he's going to go back to the plan that he told me in the book: a break, a sabbatical, and then international football. But sometimes football chooses for you. So England comes in and says, how about now? I do believe it's a possibility. But the timing of it, I don't think is right. I think he'll go to a break. That's my opinion, but based on educated opinion, if you like. Quite clearly, there have been other possibilities: Argentina, Brazil, and there will be other possibilities like Holland, Italy. But England is interesting. Why? Because for him, it's about a team that plays in the way he wants them to play, and he's got the players for it because he's coached them or have been influenced by him. That's a squad. A full squad has been influenced by him. He'll choose the players that are important to the position, not just the name. So I don't think Palmer, Foden, Bellingham will play together. They are play the same kind of role. And that was one of the problems of England in the summer. He will look for the players that fill a gap. And if there was no left back, no organizer, that's a big problem. But he will develop one. I don't know who it will be. Anyway, he'll find a solution. And that's the next thing for him, I think, where the day-to-day has taken a lot out of him. And now it will be a matter of, after a break, I believe, it will be a matter of getting excited about trying to take England to the next step. But he will then measure his success on titles. He will measure his success on how well he got the side to play and how far he took it, and if he maximized the potential of the side. That's how he would see himself. Everybody would say if he wins, great. If he doesn't, no, great. But I think, you know what, that's important as well. He just doesn't care what you think. Not that much. Especially in England. He wouldn't care what the England players say. And I know that the media are very strong when it's down to England, because perhaps it's the last bastion of influence that they can put their stamp on. But he just doesn't care. I think if he gets chosen as England national manager, everybody will be happy. He'll take that on board. He'll feel the respect of everyone. I'm sure John McDermott has thought of that possibility. I'm pretty sure, because even though I haven't asked him, it's logical, isn't it, to actually have a squad full of Pep Guardiola players run by Pep Guardiola. So he feels the love, he feels the respect, he'll go for it. At some point, it'll be fantastic, it'll be amazing, it'll be exciting, it'll be romantic. But right now, I think he wants to see what happens with Manchester City. And this story will die in 3 or 4 days' time when the Premier League takes over. But that's my take on it.